Man, I should have done it faster. I guess I'll wait for you guys to get in the room. What happened was, Eclipse is happening at 13, 15 minutes. And the solar probe is about to launch.
Go.
So I thought if you were awake, I would share it with you.
Relay safety officer. Go. Vehicle system engineer. No go. VME.
You and hello, one person.
Roger. Anomaly chief. No go. VME status.
We are watching live.
Range coordinator. Clear to proceed.
Together.
Roger. LD, LC.
I'm excited. It's the sun, man.
Yeah, we have.
Are they going to look at the sun, baby? I don't know.
Not ready with your direction. Roger.
Hola.
LC switch not ready.
Ariana.
AC, please.
You got me going side to side.
Not ready. Condition.
I'm excited. Hold on, I'm gonna turn the lights off for more mood. Oh crap!
And as you just heard, that was the poll done at the L-7 mark, and as you heard on the countdown, that
if it gets boring, I'm gonna switch over to Millennium Prophecies. It's a book from 1999. I find it fascinating. Hey, Angelie. Hey, everybody. This is exciting. Smoke them if you got them. Light them up. I'm doing fantastic and better now that you are here, Ariana. Still got me going side to side, though. I'm going to run that joke into the ground. Did you hear Selena broke up with Justin? It is true. Well, it's true as anything Hollywood ever tells us. Whoa, wrong place. Where was I? Lost.
Oh. All console operators maintain system readiness. Allow the anomaly team to investigate.
Doing fantastic. How are you guys doing?
And be ready for a.
This is exciting. I'm sad we're still on rockets, though. Why are we still on rockets? You are great, too, Rain, Marie. If I'm acting crazy, it's because of the eclipse. The lunar eclipse is happening in, I don't know, like 13 minutes. Is it a coincidence that NASA is launching a solar probe right at about eclipse time? Who knows, man? Who knows? What if astrology is one of the hidden informations they don't want us to know? Why, thank you. Can I say that you and Pete are a really cute couple? And I got the coolest hat ever. This book is from 1999. One day I'm going to crack that book open live, and I'm going to read it to you guys like it was a bedtime story.
The clocks are at L-4 minutes, T-4 minutes during the terminal count readiness poll that would allow us to exit the T-4 minute hold.
Oh, we got 4 minutes.
Condition which the teams are looking into as we speak. And so we'll look.
You know what's funny is they disabled the live chat.
At a time coming up.
I can't even imagine what their chat would be like right now. Like, flat earthers would come out in mass to be like, it's flat. And I'm like, hey, that is a great reason to get them to put up new telescopes with 60 frames a second, or give me a low orbit truck where I can truck around the upper atmosphere, looking at mountains, making out with my future girlfriend and going, oh, hey, look, the earth does have a curvature. Or, oh my God, they lied to us the whole time. The world is flat and this turtle goes too slow. They should have a comedian on with the NASA console. Hey, if you guys are NASA, it's interesting. Kind of feels like a museum. Not a lot of diversity there. I mean, or there. What are you guys, scared of women? Just kidding, NASA. Man, I'd like to see what is on all those guys' computer screens right now. If it was World of Warcraft, that would be, I wouldn't take off too many points. Man, that's the only thing about being live is, hey, there is a woman. Thank you, NASA. Hidden figures. So what do you guys think? Is this rocket going to be okay? Is anybody watching the Twitter? Is Elon Musk doing anything to try and steal the thunder? Oh yeah, I'm a paladin for life. I love to heal. Everybody's like all DPS. Like, hell no. Healing is for real. Is this for real? I don't know, but it's fun. Man, it is Saturday night. And you're supposed to be smoking up. And so if we're sitting around on Saturday night trying to have fun, and you're like, is this real, man? And you are definitely not driving, all right? We're going out to get tacos in an hour. You are not going to be the dude behind the wheel. If you were asking me questions like, is this real? At 2:52 in the morning. I'm like, I don't know, man. If it is a hologram, then I will be wondering, oh, by the way, every time I see Ariana Grande in real life, it always makes me think of the future. When I get to direct Blade Runner 7, she will definitely be in Blade Runner 7. Can't you see it? It's as plain as day. Hey, Scooby. The whole thing is, as top solar NASA scientists explained to me, we are NASA. Like, it's America's space program. So, I mean, you can come up with your own name for a space program or whatever, but we got to do something. You can't just hate on NASA. I mean, literally, if a large group of trillionaires control the presidency, that means they control the official mandate. And if you've gone back and watched every single NASA video from the start, which I almost have, you can see the prime directive change right around the 90s. Right around the time Bill Clinton came on and was like, oh my God, we found proof of life on Mars. I made a video about it. And then there was a whole Martian microchip that led to the iPhone. Like, NASA used to be cool, and then somewhere in the 90s, they put up the Hubble, and they just shut shit down. They handed us photos of Martian dirt, and then, you know, they've been like carbon. So it's not necessarily their fault. It's like presidents. We've been handcuffed by the same motherfucking all war, all oil, all the time mandate since 1884. I don't mean to be an asshole, especially since Saturday night, but when people are like, NASA, it's like, dude, man, we got a small group of people who've been controlling everybody. Hopefully they're all really old and we can get to an evolution of civilization. But yeah, dude, man, I want the fucking space shuttle back. Like, now. And I would say, any people out there who think that Barack Obama, George W. Bush, or Trump, or anyone wanted to cancel the space shuttle, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. You were never a boy, a child who watched that thing. That was like comic books come to life. It was, Neil Tyson deGrasse talks about it greatly. Like, it combines aero and space. It can take off and then land, and not like a stupid like rocket landing on a pad from some 1950s movie, but like badass future shit. Watching technology advance. You watch the other video I'm talking about, you have JFK at Rice here in Houston saying there are people who want to stop us from progressing in technology. There are people who want us to stop going to Venus. There are people who want us to stay stuck. And then he got shot and killed. And guess what happened? Technology stayed stuck. So like point the finger at NASA and be like, you guys are all dicks. Like, you don't really know what you're talking about, man. Like, oh, I mean, sure, yeah, NASA has dicks. It's not like all 33,000 people are totally evil. You know what I'm saying? And as Richard Hoagland says, the lie is different at every level. And what I say is they keep the information incredibly compartmentalized. Because as I hop from sector to sector, whether it be economics or solar physics or weather or volcanoes, you know, or law, like all those people are so specialized in one industry or one field, they really don't have much of a clue about other fields. Though it is America in 2018, everybody thinks there's an expert on everything. What's it talking about? Oh yeah, just saying, like, shit. It's like when I look at the sky and I'm like, wow, that's beautiful. And people are like, chemtrails. It's like, dude, they're launching a rocket to look at the someday. People are like, fuck NASA. It's like, dude, man, like, this is why we can't have parties. And I miss having parties. You guys ever been to a cool party? I'll stop monologuing it. Somebody do the countdown. Space Force. I've been working for a video technically for like 5 months on Space Force, trying to explain to you guys the best thing about Space Force is it can be a way that technology can advance again in the public eyes. Whereas I do not support any politician. I like ideas. For example, I'm talking about Donald Trump. I like the idea of a good Space Force. I like the idea of world peace, Russia and America not nuking each other. I think the idea of the wall is the stupidest idea I ever heard, and only people talking about it, people are not paying attention to all the infrastructure that has been destroyed. I think the idea of banning Muslims from flights is dumb, especially if you're not going to include Saudi Arabia. But, it's like the whole thing, dude. I think he is throwing out chum to everyone while they dismantle the government. But that could be either really good or really bad. Because if you unhook all the negative shit, then you can create something semi-new. But, it may not go that way. I don't know, dude. Like, I don't know of a more fascinating time than 2018. We're all lucky to be here. I just know that if everybody's a fucking grumpy cat, we ain't ever going to get shit done. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we allow the people who always can come in and just pop the balloon, like, everything sucks. It's all going to fail. The rapture. And then they pop the balloon and piss on the cake and then put vinegar in the beer. It's like, man, no wonder these parties suck all the time.
You're looking at a live shot of the Delta IV Heavy rocket.
That may or may not be true. It could be pixels. I don't know, man, but it is like Saturday night. So I'm taking the blue pill and the red pill. And I'm trying not to monologue because I'm not good at reading chat. Here we go. Sup, Thor? What's up, Nighthawk Zone? I like nights. I like hawks. And I like zones.
Working through the launch procedure. We also have an L clock, which has the built-in hold times. Of course, we're at the T-4 and holding point right now, so there's no more hold time remaining. So we're actually in this hold pattern, using up some of our available launch window this evening. We had 45 minutes left over in our.
Thank you, and that's another thing. Like, I just wish
35 minutes.
Like, everybody's taking everything so serious, and I fully understand. If we wanted to list out all the horrible things in life, we could do that every day. But I know, I think I cried like 25 times over Puerto Rico last year.
Very busy morning for us here.
I mean, I think I literally got so I had a mental breakdown, but I punched the hurricane, so there was that fist hole in it. I may have punched the hurricane. That was good. I'm saying, like, all negative all the time drives everybody crazy. Like, you guys saw that SeaTac thing, right? Like, if you watch, what is it, Weather Dak, I follow her on Twitter. She did all the pull quotes from the guy in the airplane, and he's like literally committing suicide with an airplane, but he's talking about the orca whales, and he's all cool, calm, and collected right before he crashes the plane into the ground. And I'm so old, I'm 46, though I think it is okay for me to date women Ariana Grande's age, like 27. And that is normal for me because I was raised in Texas. What was it saying? Oh, yeah, I'm old enough to remember that people used to kill themselves. They used to just be like, I'm going to hang myself. Goodbye, world. You guys were cruel dicks. And then they killed themselves. Now it's like you got to go and take out a bunch of people. We got to crash a plane. It's like, I don't know. It's just so weird, Okay, if you're just joining us, we are watching live as the eclipse is about to happen in 2 minutes or 1 minute, and this rocket is about to take off. Is it a coincidence? I don't know. I just know that I have a weakness, and it's time I confess it to you. Beautiful, smart women drive me crazy, and sometimes get me to make bad decisions. But I don't know what to do because a beautiful woman is like the greatest painkiller I've ever known in my life. Like, have you ever had a beautiful woman look at you and then say, I love you? Like, holy shit, that is amazing. So we're talking about rockets. Love and rockets here in one crazy summer, 2018. How's your love life, babies? Is it helping the trajectory of the rocket? I don't know. I just know the eclipse is supposed to happen at 3:02. It is about 3:02. Happy semi-partial lunar eclipse, y'all, or solar and all the planets are on the same side. So what are the chances that NASA is going to be launching the solar probe at the same time? I guess the chances are good because it's happening. But I definitely, every department, it's like NASA's a lot like Hogwarts, School of Wizardry and Witchcraft. And each division is different. How is everybody doing? I want everybody to do good. But I like the people in the solar division. And a lot of times they talk to me behind the scenes. And they aren't always necessarily happy with what's going on either. So it's like everybody's trying to do what they can to make the situation better. At least a lot of people are. I mean, technically, back in 2014, I got the James Webb Space Telescope story from the head solar dude at NASA, So, yeah. So that's cool. He's retired, though. He's a cool dude. Anyway. Yeah, I mean, the people in the dark matter division who are always like, dark matter. It's all dark matter. You can't see it. You can't touch it. You can't smell it. You can't pour it into a bowl with your cereal in the morning. We're going to spend billions and billions of dollars trying to find it. I'm like, hey, y'all, if we're going to find solar energy, which if you watch the NASA videos from the 60s or early 70s, they were definitely predicting everything would be fully solar powered by about 2000. And guess what happened? JFK got murdered, and they pretty much threw solar power out the window. Barack Obama was like, solar power, solar power. And then he got 50 stitches in the face in a pickup basketball game. And then his push for solar power went way down. It's like, I don't know. Like, it's pretty simple. The fact that I'm talking to all these adults all the time, and they all think that the military, industrial, and oil complex is a conspiracy is fucking crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, to have all these people talking about votes, votes are going to change it. It's like you guys are totally ignorant of the fact that there literally is a military and oil industrial complex. The reason we don't have a space shuttle, it's the reason we don't have any fucking technologies better than the 1888 gasoline. Oh, it's supposed to be a party. I don't want to talk about that shit during the partial eclipse. Everybody think good thoughts.
More information as we know it for the launch of NASA's Parker Solar Probe. The Parker Solar Probe's observations from directly inside the corona will help scientists understand why the sun's atmosphere is some 1,000 times hotter than its surface. The mission will provide unprecedentedly close observations of the solar wind, the constant outflow of solar material hurled from the sun at 1,000,000 miles per hour. NASA's Parker Solar Probe will also study how solar eruptions accelerate particles to such energies
I'm
that
happy.
they can pose a hazardous
I'm just frustrated.
condition for astronauts and technology
Technically,
in space.
I guess you could say I'm sexually frustrated because it's been months. And I don't want to turn into an incel because I love women. So I guess I would just be a sexually frustrated male. Is that still a thing?
Such as
I don't know. Sometimes the same things, they just change the terms. Like back in my day, I'm so old, I can remember that if someone talked down to you, it was called being condescending. And women could be condescending to men, and men could be condescending to women. But it is 2018. So the only thing that exists now is mansplaining. So that, like, if a man is condescending to a woman, it's called mansplaining. If a woman is condescending to a man, it's called what they get for being such dicks for 7,000 years. Or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Life is crazy. So let's think good thoughts during this eclipse. Oh, I don't want this rocket to explode or malfunction because I would like more solar data every day in 4K at 60 frames a second. Man, I remember when the dude was talking about the Juno, he got me all excited. He was like, it's going to be like, we're going to be at Juno with your iPhone. And I was like, that is great, man, because my iPhone will do 4K at 60 frames a second. I would love for NASA to upgrade their technology so much that they can give us 4K at 60 frames a second. And they don't even have to do it with Jupiter. Can you imagine if they put a camera in the Lagrange 1 point that just faced Earth all the time at 60 frames a second? We could see like the aurora. They could put up like 10 of them. Like, we can see the aurora. We see all the clouds in 60 frames a second every day, nonstop. And it's like same shit. Why don't they put GoPros on the moon? And obviously, no, I'm not talking about a basic GoPro. I'm talking about an Alex Parker CubeSat. You know, why don't they just launch CubeSats to the moon? Wouldn't, I mean, if they had live 4K 24/7 moon footage, I know I'd be checking it every once in a while. Like, that would be some cool shit, right? It's like, why don't we do cool shit anymore? Why we got 9 or 8 planets in the solar system, or 10, depending on your definition. Why do we send 99% of everything to fucking Mars? Because we're gonna have life there someday? Well, every president talked about, oh yeah, if you're gonna go to Mars, you gotta go to the moon first. It's like, if you're gonna go camping, I recommend you doing it like in your backyard or near your home. You don't go say, hey, I'm gonna camp. I've never camped before. I'm gonna go camp in Africa. You know? Like, so if we can't put 4 people on the moon that can hang out there, then why are we going to Mars? Another thing, if you think about it, the International Space Station costs like $500 billion in total so far. It's like, what the hell does that thing do? It's like taking it halfway there. It's like making out with your girlfriend the whole time. I don't know if you remember being a teenager. And like nothing happening, you ever get past first base. And so that's what the International Space Station is to me, like that we're still at first base. So how much more expensive would it have been to actually put like an apartment on the moon? So you go back and forth to the moon instead of just back and forth to the International Space Station, which NASA can't even do anymore. They got to pay the Russians to take our astronauts there. People freaking out over a soccer ball. They forget that our space agencies work together all the time and never have any problems, as far as I know. Although, when the Russians were like, hey, y'all, we found live organisms growing on the space station in space. That shouldn't be happening. Man, our media got real mad and shut that short story down real fast. Woohoo! I'm fully protected. That is good news. Because a lot of people get mad. Today, everybody was mad at me. My brown dwarf rogue video was so good. All my haters, I woke up, all my haters were so pissed off today. They were like, we hate your guts. Oh my God, Ariana. Did you know Ariana Grande back in the Comet Icing days made a video about a comet? I like that video. If I wasn't put in a cage, I would love to make music videos someday. But who knows if I'll ever get out of this fucking cage. I'm just glad to be alive. Hey, do you guys remember before the election I said it doesn't matter who gets elected? In the near future, they'll start clamping down on YouTube channels. Remember that? Remember when I was trying to read between all the lines and not getting all the political bullshit, just seeing the information that was happening? And like, yeah, they're going to start shutting YouTube channels down they don't like. Because YouTube is a monopoly. Like, literally, the whole thing about views, I'll go off the rails now. Like, I think, because you know, we get way, way more views than they give us. Especially like Planet X. I think the #1 Planet X video has 3 million views. I think they take the views and they put them on the videos they want to see do well. So they're literally taking the function of the view from like me or SO or Dutch or anybody, and then move them to their agenda video. And so, but either way, it's like having a bar and you never get to actually tally. Like, no one can check Google's math. They literally don't even have a fucking customer service. So if you're like PewDiePie, I mean, I'm sure Pewdie can somehow get in to Google, but I'm saying like overall that they are one of the biggest corporations in the world who employ tons of people as part-timer, millions. They don't have a single person on the phone you can talk to. One time when I forgot my password and I was freaking out, so I kept trying to find Google numbers. I just remember I finally got someone from Google on the phone, and he was like, how did you get this number? And then he hung up. That was fucking hilarious. Oh, yes, I would love to meet. But one time when I met someone named Taylor, she was not that impressed by me. She thought Elon was way cooler. So I don't want to meet just to have you be disappointed by me in real life. You know what I'm saying? I would much rather be like a super cool, badass, charming, cool guy here on the internet than disappoint a woman in person. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know. I could probably go the rest of my life without ever disappointing a woman again. A friend says they call that MGTOW. Men going their own way without women or some shit. And that doesn't sound fun because, like I was saying, cuddling's like one of the greatest things ever. And here's the whole deal. Me being in the middle, you know, people are like, yes, abortion, no abortion. I'm like, I got an idea. Why doesn't everybody just stop at third base so nobody gets unwanted pregnancies? Oral sex, if done right, can lead to climax. People are like, fuck no, that is a bad idea. I'm like, oh shit. Speaking of women, one of the best cards I've gotten in my P.O. box was this card. This woman has a hot dog, cowboy hat, a blue boot. Blue boot, yeah, and so I don't know. My P.O. box is cool. And the other one I got was everyone has a superpower. That's totally true. And I promise, Julie, I'll never give up. But I will probably lose my mind and get frustrated several times. But I think I'm okay for now, you know. Vargas. Oh, that's a fun name to say. Launches in 428. Thank you. And Jolie. For real. For real reals. Man, it's exciting. Now I got Planet 9 over here. Oh yeah, be my camera guy. What would it even be like to work with other people? That would be wild. Uh-oh, data usage alert.